Chinese authorities, they keep an eye on the financial transactions that are going between the China and other countries. So it's not the common practice that you just issue an invoice and you got the money from the Chinese customer. And we can say that the cooperation with Chinese partner is successful. We started our cooperation with initial talks during the fair in Beijing in 2005, and then in 2006 established a joint venture company with a partnership 50% to 50% of shares on our company. The initial investment of TOS Varnsdorf was 2.5 million euros, and we transfer our know-how in building our machines, these two types, and also some components used and necessary for assembly these machines. The quality of the products in our joint venture company is the same as the quality of products manufactured here in TOS Varnsdorf, because we are keeping an eye on the quality of the production. We have permanently our technician in Kunming who cares about the quality of the products. The advantage of this joint venture company is now mainly in the similar culture, or we can say the same culture, because we have Chinese management also, and they can easily communicate with Chinese partners, and also the currency issue. Due to the fact that the Chinese yuan is not freely tradable, we have to do our business in China in cooperation with our joint venture company only in euro, because the Chinese company, if they want to trade in euro, they need to get a license from the state authority for foreign exchange, and only those companies who have this license can trade in euro. We are lucky that we got this license for our joint venture company, because it allows us to receive also the dividends from the successful business activities in Kunming. Chinese authorities, they keep an eye on the financial transactions that are going between the China and other countries. So it's not the common practice that you just issue an invoice and you got the money from the Chinese customer or partner. If you want to do so, the Chinese partner firstly need to have a license, and they also need to get the approval from the tax authorities that the invoice could be paid. So that is a part or the form of control of Chinese authorities, that the transfer are firstly legal, and also that the capital is not taken out from the Chinese market by Chinese customers. So it's very important for investing all the money needed for the Chinese industry. Exchange risks in Chinese market, in China, it's not a big issue for the Czech companies if you are looking in the fluctuation of the RMB and the Czech crown. But the problem is that we trade in euro. So we try to keep an eye on the exposure of the euro currency, euro exchange risk, more than the exchange risk on the Chinese yuan. So from my perspective, we are solving this problem or hedging this issue on a euro Czech crown basis rather than the RMB. But of course, for the Chinese companies, this is a really issue, even though that the exchange rate of RMB or Chinese yuan is not free floating, it's controlled, it's rather fixed or fluctuating in a very near space, but it's a problem of Chinese companies. So from my perspective, it's not a problem. We solve it on a euro Czech crown basis, but Chinese companies, they have to solve this problem.